Hey traders from around the world, this is Jeremy Alexander Newsome with, of course, Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Today is Wednesday, April the 22nd. Happy Earth Day for those of you who follow Earth-related stuff. Looking at the market and a few gaps today that worked out well and still might. CMG is one of them. I looked at CMG yesterday, and I liked it below 650 if it opened below 650. So today's open wasn't quite below 650, so I didn't personally trade this, but it was very, very close. 655.13 was the open. Good volume today, decent sized candle, and what's really interesting is back on the 10th of April, there's a really bullish gap on CMG where we actually got into a bull put spread that expired last Friday for 10% ROI in just a few days. So on this particular trade, what I'm looking for is I'm keeping an eye on CMG for potential rollover this afternoon and maybe some weekly spreads up around this area that are expiring this week. As it is a bearish retest, I like the fact that this gap still remained opened up here, potential island reversal right there. And we got some good gap, good volume. And my overall thought process is to be a little bit more bearish than bullish on CMG. So I'm keeping a close eye on that one. I want to give a giant shout out to Steven Steckler, my boy. Beautiful gap on earnings on ticker symbol YUM, Yum Brands, which I'm a big fan of. You guys can see that it did indeed open above this resistance, aka this pivot, and open above this pivot, aka this wick. And when it did that, it was just a really, really beautiful, kind of a no-brainer, bullish type of gap. So you've got to keep your eye on buying some type of retracement or pullback, and right there is the pullback on some smaller time frames as well. So Steven Steckler got himself 2.5R out of Yum, so that was beautiful. Great job, my friend. BRCM, keeping an eye on it. Some traders got in bullish about 45 and some change, or 46 and some change, and probably got trailed out or stopped out right around here, which I think is okay on BRCM. If you did lose your R, your risk mitigation, I think I'm going to leave BRCM alone for the rest of the day. Reason is you have this resistance that we actually did trade above already. We gapped above it. We got some good volume. We got a big black candle. I don't think Broadcom's going to be trading bullish necessarily for the rest of the day. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that one. As you can see, we did talk about a 44 April week 2 30-cent limit put sale on BRCM, and I believe the second Friday of BRCM was right here where we closed at 44.23. So if you did the April 44 week 2 put sale, that did expire worthless. And if not, if you did get put the stock by some weird situation, you're up quite nicely so far today when it did gap up. So keep an eye on Broadcom if you're in shares. Probably some covered calls up here should be fine. The DIA, not doing too much right now in the general market, right? We got a little bit of a lower shadow. We're still pounding out this very, very strong resistance, about 180.54. We're probably going to hang out there for a while, and I'll only really consider buying if we pull it down lower into this little buy zone down here that I got drawn, and again, if we close above 180.190. SPY, this is the ETF that trades the S&P 500. I'm still bullish, but I'm just kind of waiting on it. I would like a close above 211.39 before I do go bullish, and as of right now, I'm just going to kind of wait and see what it does. I like today's lower shadow, but I'm still just kind of patiently waiting. QQQs, pretty much the same thing. Got the May week 1 debit spread. We're in bullish directionally, and right now just bringing in some premium, allowing the Qs to trade sideways for a bit, and then hopefully continue up again. If this call sale does expire, we are, and we do have positive equity on this position, so if it trades up a little bit higher, that debit spread expires, we'll do another one. Why not? It worked once, it might work again. IWM, which is the Russell 2000, nice little bit of lower shadow today. Again, expect a little bit of sideways movement into some earnings, and then hopefully and likely a pop at some point in the near future. Of course, let's look at Apple. Apple, nice little candle today. Not doing much until earnings, though. Got the April 120 put sale. Ron McKee, great job on your put sales on Apple, my friend. Jokingly, I asked him yesterday how many put sales has he done on Apple, and he hasn't got a sign. He said 1,000. I don't know if that's a true number, but he's been doing a lot and been doing very, very well, just doing put sales on Apple week after week, month after month. So Ron, great job, man. Super, super proud of you. Keep an eye on that. Facebook's going to be really exciting on earnings. Got some nice little cute black candles. And bottom line, they're coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what they do after hours. If they clear this wick, I am bullish on Facebook swing trade and day trade as far as the opportunity and if it presents itself, we shall see what it does from there. And Tesla made some coinage on Tesla today, about 50% ROI actually. Got into some bullish positions, bullish calls yesterday. And the reason I was doing it yesterday is because, well, we closed above the 100 simple moving average yesterday. And also on the hourly, it did look really, really crisp. So here's your hourly chart on Tesla, and you got a really nice gap and some really decent volume that came in on yesterday's open candle. So a little bit of a double bottom, got the nice curve off the 100 simple moving average, and it traded up to a target, and I exited today. Bought yesterday, I think, for $4.35, and I think I sold them today for $10.50. So it might have been a little bit more than 50% ROI. But regardless, Tesla looking nice. We do have a retest gap today, so I'm kind of semi-anticipating a slight pullback tomorrow in the next few days, and then likely a continuation higher. The bull put spreads looking good. Troy's in some, Robert's in some, Stan's in some, a few others are in some, and Oulette's in a June call. So she's still holding on to her call. She's got the 230 May week 1 debit spread up there, which she'd be very, very happy if Tesla trade up to 230 and she had to sell her positions. But I don't know if we get up to 230 by next Friday. It's a week and a half away, so I guess we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. Interesting to see how it plays out. FEYE. Nice little doji today, decent little retest gap yesterday. We did make some lower lows and lower highs, keeping an eye on that one as well. Earnings approaching. First Solar, I'm hoping First Solar finally does something. I am in bullish with May calls, and I do have some debit spreads going on, the 66 and the 67 calls, May week 1, which I sold way up here. Earnings is still speculation on First Solar. I went to their corporate website yesterday. They said they had a first annual meeting on the 20th. Earnings Whisperer says that they have earnings, I believe, on the 8th of May. TradingView says it's on the 5th of May. So I'm still not entirely sure when earnings is going to be on First Solar. But what I do know is I do not think it's before next Friday. So I'm hoping that First Solar actually does trade up a little bit higher. And then those calls that I sold upstairs, they actually expire worthless. And then I still got my long calls, and I'll probably sell them coming into earnings with some nice implied volatility tax added on. That would be nice. So still keep an eye on First Solar. I still am more bullish than bearish overall. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the Wednesday real life stock review. I will be presenting live the trading floor from Atlanta on Friday, and there's a 73% chance I'll do a real life stock review. But if I don't get around to doing it, I am celebrating one of my best friends' graduation, and from a big college physician's assistant degree, I think. But anyway, I'll be in Atlanta this weekend. Be back up next week, ready to grind, ready to trade, ready to live, love, and trade. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, I'll see you later. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade.